Welcome to Jazz Live at Home, a part of the BNY Mellon Presents Jazz Live series presented by the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust.
Welcome to BNY Mellon Presents Jazz Live at Home. I'm Terry Bell, and today we are visiting with acclaimed bandleader, trumpeter, composer, educator, and activist Sean Jones. Born in Warren, Ohio, Sean's been playing trumpet since the age of 10. He spent 6 years as lead trumpet for the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra with Wynton Marsalis. He's been a member of the San Francisco Jazz Collective. He's played with some of the biggest names in jazz, including Jimmy Heath, Nancy Wilson, Diane Reeves, Marcus Miller, Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, and many, many, many more. He's played with the Cleveland, the Pittsburgh, and the Youngstown Symphony Orchestras, and he's a featured member of the Pittsburgh Jazz Orchestra. Formerly chair of the brass department at the Berklee College of Music in Boston, and he now serves as a Richard and Elizabeth Chase Chair of Jazz at the Johns Hopkins University's Peabody Institute in Baltimore. Sean has a strong connection to Pittsburgh, having lived here for 11 years while he was on faculty at Duquesne University. While here, he made a significant contribution to our Jazz Live program and to the jazz scene in Pittsburgh. He considers Pittsburgh home, and we really do miss him. So it was great to catch up with him and hear how he's been doing, how he's been spending his time. He reminisces about time that he shared with us when he lived in Pittsburgh and has some great news of his own to share with us. He's looking forward to seeing all of us on the other side of better. So sit back and enjoy this episode of BNY Mellon Presents Jazz Live at Home with Sean Jones.
What's up, Pittsburgh family? It's your boy Sean Jones. I'm just going to give you a little window into what's been happening in my world during COVID-19 and all of the protests. Well, I've been teaching at Johns Hopkins University, the Peabody Conservatory, and making sure that all of my students get what they need to survive the semester, which most of them have done so. I've also been listening to records. I'll get to that a little bit later. Listening to different albums, diving into crates, if you want to say that. And I've also, most importantly, been spending time with my family and my newborn 3-month-old, watching her grow up every day. It's been amazing. Yes, Sean Jones finally has a baby, and it's amazing. Her name's Phoebe Eileen. What a joy and a treat. So COVID, although it's been a terrible thing, it's been a fantastic thing for me to see her grow up and just watch how different she is with every single move of every day, and how that's influencing me in my music. So let's go on this little continued journey. The reason that Pittsburgh is so special to me is because I've always said that any great music scene has 3 components to it. It obviously has great artists: Roger Humphreys, Dwayne Dolphin, younger cats, my generation, Tom Wentz, Alton Merrill, John Shannon doing great things over there at Con Alma, Joe Negri back, with that in that generation as well, and then some of the younger cats, Brett Williams and George Hyde, Howie Alexander in my generation. The list goes on. I don't want to start naming names, but you have cats that can play. That's number one part of the scene. Second part of the scene that makes the scene special is the venues. We have Pittsburgh Jazz Live, down there in the Cultural District. Y'all doing it up. You've been doing it up. I started working with the organization with Janice Burley Wilson, who has moved on to the August Wilson Center, and now Terry Bell. And it's just fantastic that is in place. Con Alma, another wonderful venue, and varying venues throughout town. It seems like Pittsburgh has always had jazz available multiple nights of the week, which I think is a wonderful thing for any scene, and it needs to be there. And, that's where the cats play, musicians play. I mean, you'll be hard pressed to see many towns that have places to play for jazz musicians, and those cats can actually make a living doing so. And so I'm sure that, you know, the scene is struggling because of COVID-19 right now. Well, so yeah, you have the musicians and you have the venues and the presenters. So kudos to y'all. And then last but definitely not least, you have the people. You have the fans. You have the family. I call it family. I don't call it fans because there's no separation there. We hang out with the people that listen to us. We go to dinner. We go to the bar afterwards, have drinks. We sit down and talk. We shoot the shit. And that's what makes Pittsburgh so special, is you have a convergence, if you will, just like the convergence of two rivers to lead into one. You have the great avenues in which musicians could play. You have the great musicians themselves coming together into a fantastic scene, which is the confluence of our culture here in Pittsburgh. So that's why Pittsburgh is so special. I miss y'all so much, man. It'll always be home for me. What am I listening to these days? Well, you can see right behind me, I'm really getting into that, okay? We have to go to the music now to figure out what we're going to be talking about, what we're going to be saying about Black Lives Matter and protests and things like that. So I've been going back and I've been listening to some Max Roach, Freedom Now Suite. That's really important if you don't know it. Peep it out, the Freedom Now Suite. Also Max Roach, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Been doing a lot of listening of that. I listen to Donald Byrd all day long, every day. So I'm going to leave those in the crates and talk about some other stuff real quick. You can see behind me, there's crates on the wall, but there's also a whole floor down here. Sorry, it's a little dirty. Don't look at my crusty toes. So there's crates all over the floor behind me of stuff. Get this camera back right. Okay, there we go. I'm listening a lot to Dizzy Gillespie. We're working on the Dizzy Spells project with Brene, who's the mother of my child. Been doing a lot of that. Dizzy Spells. Checking out this record, Sold Out, is extremely soulful. I've been listening to a lot of rock and roll as well, specifically this group, King Crimson. Really killing it, all right? Super killing group. Harlem River Drive, Eddie Palmieri, really nasty record. Super duper nasty, all right? Hope y'all staying with me. I'm trying to get through it all. Doing a lot of listening to the blues, Howlin' Wolf, John Lee Hooker, bunch of cats. And of course, you know, just to groove your way into the evening, Lonnie Liston Smith Expansions. Woo! Super killing. As well as Exotic Mysteries. Super duper killing. Now the real special part of it is, again, you know, my baby girl. She's named after Phoebe Snow. So I've been listening to a lot of Phoebe Snow with her. If you don't know Phoebe Snow, check her out, Poetry Man. Really killing record. And she loves the meters. Phoebe loves the meters. So I've been listening to a lot of meters. So that's just in a nutshell a little bit about what I'm dealing with on this side. But you know, I got stacks of records. I don't quite have as many records as Tom Went, but I'm getting there, brother Went. Give me some time. All right. Wow, so some of the funniest, most interesting moments with Pittsburgh JazzLive. Wow, I mean, there's been so many that it's like hard to put it all into one little video. You know, some of the times when my man Bongo Bob would sit in, bring his energy, that's always hilarious. Then my man Pittsburgh Pete, you never knew when he was gonna show up and start doing his, his dancing thing. So that's always fun. Also, I forget my man's name. He's always hanging around. I think he does some ushering in various venues around. But I did a concert that ended in the second line, and he kind of started the second line, and we went off with that. The Jazz Meets Funk concert. Woo! That was just so much fun with my brother Dwayne Dolphin and Poogie Bell and Brett Williams, and oh my God, it was just so much fun. And honestly, just hanging out Tuesdays, just hanging out backstage bar, man, and having maybe a few too many of them, and just sharing stories and talking about ideas and working on new things. And the revitalization, of the Pittsburgh Jazz Orchestra, the initial talks started happening there. And man, so many. I just can't get to all of them at once. But just hanging with my family, man, just hanging. I could see photos of people hanging. I could see scenes. Laughter. I could hear the laughter. I could see yet one more drink coming out. I miss those times. We'll be back there again. We'll be back soon. I'm normally asked who is most influential in my career, which I can't necessarily say that there's one person that's been more influential than other. There have been few that have kind of popped out over the years, like a Wynton Marsalis or a Marcus Miller, Wayne Shorter, when I got a chance to work with him. That's actually one of the most memorable moments of my life, is hanging at Claude Knob's spot with Marcus Miller and Herbie and Wayne in Switzerland at the Montreux Jazz Festival. Just hanging with them up in the clouds. That was amazing. But what has been most influential? I would have to say that the what has got to be the music itself. Continually diving deeper into it, continually diving into challenges. For anyone that has followed my career, I don't stay in one thing and just get comfortable in it. I'm constantly challenging myself to the next, which is one of the only reasons that I left Pittsburgh. I was so comfortable and so cozy that I said, man, I gotta grow. Like, ultimately, I knew that leaving would make me appreciate home better. So that's what I did. Gave up the tenured position at Duquesne University, went to Boston. And now I'm in Baltimore doing the same thing, while still being at home, mind you. But I would say the what is the music. Now there's another what, which is this little girl. So there's so much music inside of me now because of her. It's amazing. So I would say those two what's. And ultimately, again, it all goes back to spirituality for me. I'm connected to the big what. I'm connected to the is. Whatever that is what I want to be playing about. That thing that connects us all, the oneness of all things. A fun fact about me that you didn't know. Jeez. I don't know. That's a good one. Y'all know so much, so much about me, I guess something that you may have not known is that I love plants now. I've been really getting into them. Love the peace lily. Croton plant is the hardest plant to deal with for me. It's got to be in a certain kind of light. But I got several dozen plants all around the place, and yeah, I guess that's the the one thing about me that people may not know. Oh, also I like to cook, but I think I share that enough on Instagram that people tend to know that about me. But yeah, I'm really into plants. How has this time influenced my art? COVID-19, the financial crisis we're in right now, social justice, Black Lives Matter. I talked to an elder the other day, and that elder said, it's like you took the teens with the Spanish flu. It's like you took the Great Depression. It's like you took all of the civil rights protests that were happening in the 60s and 70s, and you combined it all into 3 months. That's what we got right now. And how it's influencing me is actually, it's influencing my desire to want to stay in positions that create policy, that make change happen systemically. Makes me want to climb higher. We need more Black people in positions of leadership. That may scare some people, but I want to remind those that are afraid that you don't have to worry that Black people are going to, come into power with the same level of superiority complex that perhaps some of y'all ancestors may have had. We come at it with a spirit of unity. And so how that's affecting my music is it's making me, again, dive deeper into the crates, look for sounds that I may not have checked out before, expand bands, deal with technology a certain way. We're all having to deal with technology in different ways now. I'm set up all around here to do a lot of remote creations. And it's made me appreciate just being able to play with people. I'm hungry for that. And I can't wait until we're out here again, because we got a lot to change in this world. And it starts with the culture. It starts with the music. So that's how it's influencing me. So a lot of y'all are asking me, how's the band? How's the band doing? The band is fantastic. The kids are great. Obed just had a son. I got a daughter. Lucas's kids are doing well. Oren is kicking butt online, doing wonderful presentations. So my cats right here, I love them. I love them to death. And we talk every single day. And we actually created a couple things. A couple things have gone online. We did something for the Pittsburgh Jazz Fest. Shout out to Janice. The Pittsburgh Jazz Fest streamed online, did an excellent job. Up until that point, that was the largest or the longest jazz festival, I believe, streaming online. Just fantastic. So yeah, that's what we've been doing, and we can't wait to get out of here. We got a bunch of music to put down, and we're excited. What I want to say to all my brothers and sisters in Pittsburgh is that, one, I love y'all. I love you for accepting me, all of me, my craziness and my artistry. Thank you for being there when I needed you. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for still accepting me when I come back. And I want to say that, we're all going to be all right. We're all going to get through this. And I look forward to seeing every last one of y'all, giving you a big hug, having a drink at the bar with you, shooting the shit, playing great music for you, best way I know how. And I can't wait to see all of y'all on the other side of better. Much love, family.
We hope you've enjoyed this inside look at Pittsburgh's jazz scene and the artists who make it so very special. We'd like to thank our sponsor, BNY Mellon, for their continued support of the JazzLive series. And on behalf of all of us at the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and spending this time with us. We couldn't do it without you. We hope that you'll consider making a donation. It is through your generous support that we've been able to bring you world-class arts experiences for more than 35 years and to your home during this time of intermission. Please go to trustarts.org/supportjazz. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.